The druid said, "Consciousness is delusion." Let us translate his bland statement into simple and usable everyday understanding. Start with the basics. The world, at its deepest level, isn't made of smooth experiences like colors, sounds, smells, thoughts, or feelings. It is actually made of billions of tiny, fast, discrete events, more like rapid signals rather than a continuous movie. On that level, there is no red, no music, no perfume, no you thinking. Just activity. Now here's the problem. A living system, like you, has to act in that world. It has to decide quickly, immediately, move, stop, eat, avoid danger. But the raw input of vast amounts of events is far too messy and too fast to deal with directly. If your brain tried to process reality as it happens, you'd freeze. So the brain does something clever. Really awesome. It simplifies everything. It compresses all that chaotic input into a smooth, easy-to-handle version of reality. It builds a kind of internal display, a user-friendly model of the world. Colors, objects, sounds, your sense of self, these are all part of that model. They are not the raw data. The user-friendly model is the brain's way of making the data usable. Think of it like driving a car. You don't see the engine firing thousands of times per second. You just see a speedometer, a fuel gauge, maybe a warning light. That's enough to drive safely. Your consciousness is like that dashboard. And here is where the uncanny twist happens. You don't just use the dashboard, you actually believe it is the car. In other words, you mistake the simplified model for reality itself. That's what the druid means by delusion. Not that you're stupid or broken, but that your system necessarily replaces a vast, overwhelming and incomprehensible reality with a simple, helpful version of it. And then it treats that version as real and true. That is the delusional twist. And it has to be this way. If you constantly doubted what you saw or felt, you'd hesitate. And if you hesitated, you would make bad decisions. So the system makes the model feel completely real, solid, continuous, trustworthy. Also, each person builds their own version of this model, based on their body, history, situation, needs, and expectations. So there is not one single consciousness, there are many slightly different versions of reality being generated in parallel. So the bottom line is simple. Consciousness isn't a clear window onto the world. It is a practical, simplified, personally useful picture that helps you function quickly and perfectly. And because your model of reality replaces actual reality rather than showing it directly, the druid calls your model, therefore your consciousness, quite bluntly, a delusion.